Good evening. Good evening. Crank that up just a smidge. How's it going? How's it going? A little bit more. A little bit more. All right, let's leave it there. Just in case it blows up. And I want to make sure that I can hear myself. Sure that I can hear myself. All right. So it sounds like we're good. Um, I've been working on a lot of pathfinding. A lot of it. Also, the fog of war. And I've hand rolled all the systems so far, and I had my own fog of war hand rolled, but I went ahead and brought in Pixel Perfect. Uh, Oops, hold on. What's up with my keyboard? Hello, hello. That's USB. Seeing there's power issues. Let's see here. I guess I'll leave that plugged in for now. Hopefully there's nothing wrong with this thing. Just not getting charged, I bet, enough. All right. So I've introduced the Fog of War, Pixel Perfect's Fog of War. Whatever. Got to figure out what's going on there. So let's readdress this. I have removed, or I've done some cleanup. I've done several different things, but basically just really dialing in the pathfinding and all that goodness. So I've removed the health bar because I don't want to have health bars on the units. I've added a pedestal to the units. I think I'm going to go with kind of a chess piece vibe. And then, let's see here. That's about it. Some extras. Check my folder structure real fast. Delete. Let's do the check-in. I've got movement kind of and pathfinding for enemies how I want it. or at least much better. I'm still looking for artists. So if you're an artist who would be interested in doing some character work, texture work, or just general art for the game, I think I'm gonna go ultimately with an 80s anime style. So as you can see, the character's on a pedestal now. So it's like you're moving chess pieces. Oh shit, I forgot I got teleport on. Player one. So right now I can't see the enemies. They're here somewhere, but I can't see them. That I gotta fix. The cutting of corners. It's almost like the turn advances before, or the turn updates, and then all of a sudden I've advanced my path index, and now it's like trying to path to the next one instead of hitting the one. So if I go faster, it resolves that, I believe. Oh, got got a goblin. Yeah, there he is. So now they're much more on my butt. They can keep up better. There's a tent or bug, damage tent bug. Yeah, something ain't right. That's way too fast. Another thing is I shouldn't be able to click into rooms that I haven't seen yet. So I need to address that. And he should have kept up better with me. I'll let him get in here. So I outdistance him. I yeah, that's something's wrong with the turns. Like I shouldn't be able to get. We should both. Oh, I guess he's got 90, but still, it's just such a discrepancy how fast I'm advancing compared to him. Now, whenever I'm walking one to one and he's line of sight, so there's a new concept I introduced is like line of sight. He will use a greedy step. If he can see me, instead of trying to calculate a path on an asynchronous path on another thread, then walk towards me. He's keeping up, or he's keeping the distance. Just sometimes he gets stuck, like he loses a turn. Which I mean is kind of okay, because right now I believe he has 90 energy regen and I have 100, which is not a big difference, but it gives me just enough to move just a split second before him. But this is night and day better than what it was. Like, so yeah, right there. He's pathing. He's recalcing too much and he's slowing down. But I basically introduced a concept of like, because when he does calculate a path, um, it happens on a separate thread. And until that path comes back, um, he can't start moving across it. But so, like, okay, he decides he wants to attack, but he's not in range, so instead he queues up a move action. That move action has to wait for the path to come back from the threading, and essentially that the path request takes his turn, and then the next time he can move. So basically, he's losing a turn every time he has to make a new path. So I've introduced a action refund concept where if they do calculate a path and they don't get to move this turn because the path didn't come back fast enough, that they get two actions, two. It should only be two move actions. Right now, they get two action points the next turn, so they get a refund of that turn they lost when they couldn't move when they were calculating path. So like right now, I can't create a path over there because he's in the way in this hallway. So like if I click, now I could because I had to. So that's a concept I need to address. But still, they should stay right on my ass. Um, So the initial path request, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it to where it will not consider units. If you ask for a path that's over here and like this guy's in the hallway, because like right now if I click behind him, wait, see I can't path behind him right now, which is right, but say he was in this hallway and he could move, and I'm over here and I path, I should be able to get, I still should be able to calculate my path. And then as that way, your mouse click pathing is always figured out no matter where you click. And then as you move square to square, and that's when it's going to check to see, is there a unit there? Can I actually move there? To the block list. Right now, he's doing good. Like, as long as I don't do really long paths. And again, if I restrict it to this, if I don't let you zoom out it so much. So now I'm blocked. And they're going to be hitting me. Mine my way out. See, this is where they should stay caught up. And while they're line of sight, they should greedy step. Greedy step is when they should just move to the next tile. Don't worry about pathfinding. Move to the next tile immediately if they're chasing me. So there's some work to do there. It's much better. It's much better. So now let's fix some stuff here. VFX manager. During a lunge attack, I'm gonna, well, one, I'm gonna move lunge attack outside of this VFX manager. I'm gonna do that with like a unit animation manager. But what is it I'm looking for? Up my knee. Don't want to do that. Right now I've got teleport on instead of lerping. Teleports. Oh, I guess I had a goblin I could have fought back there. Yeah, see. What are you calling that? Huh. Oh, it's because there's no collider, I bet you. There should be a second check. Well, do I want to rely on colliders for this? I don't really need to. Don't really like that. Vector into. Bet you that's not going to work right every time. I need to get the node and then um, because the raycast from the screen to the ground. Yeah. I bet you this is going to be way off. $22, $14. Oh, whoops. That's probably the problem right there, actually. The inversion of logic. Oh, shit. Yeah, I guess it's not mathing still. So I'm at 4620, I believe. 4618, 4620. But I'm trying to hit 4618. Actually, that should work. Okay, got him. Now we're in here. $46.18 to $46.20. $46.18, $46.20. Why did that come back? Huh. Weird. Do 5. Really, what I need to do there is a adjacent cell check, or is square magnitude might be faster. I'd have to check. I'd have to benchmark them because I have to interrogate every single cell. around me, but that's just simple. Mm. Well, another thing is I need to add a collider. There we go. We're both fighting. Right now, we both got to be adjacent to attack. So no diagonal attacks with the current logic. So yeah, attack command. I need to check. Target scan range times target scan range. That shit don't math either. Debug, disable, enable. Pretty sure this is always going to come back true. Now diagonal attacks should work. I should make the default angle much higher. He still can't. I bet you it's because I'm not doing. Okay, that's the wrong one. Interesting that he's never coming in here. Oh, don't know why that happened. What's going on? Disable this guy. Debug mode's on. $5,000. Why is that square distance so much different? Oh, I think I know what's going on. Oh, hey Lavaca, how's it going? Why is he never coming in here? Yep. That old ding helps me realize I have messages when I have messages. um, doing some unit combat testing. I got them on pedestals now, so they're going to be like chess pieces that you're moving around the game world. I think for some reason, only the very first goblin is ever um, processing goals and deciding to attack or some shit. It's weird. The square magnitude's way off for a goblin that's right next to me. So now he's in. Now I got him, which I wasn't getting before. Square 4. This is just too big. That's crazy. That's why they've been attacking from a distance. No, wait, this makes sense. Because they're trying to find the best target within the scan range. But why did I times it by that? Yeah, let's see, that math's off. When I'm not perfect. I gotta snap it to. If I get just ever so slightly off, I'm not registering an attack. So, a couple things. Find best targets, evaluate, attack SO, AI controller. Yeah, it does. It does. It sucks it's Sunday and I gotta go to work tomorrow. That sucks. this round to int isn't right. What I need to do is get the nearest node on the graph. And then from that, I'm going to go dot node dot position. Now I have, well, it should always be accurate now. And then I'll just go nearest node dot x. Can I just cast that to int? No. I don't want to do all this casting, so I'm going to come back to this, but what was I thinking? What are you up to? Anything interesting this evening? No, that totally isn't right. Oh, that sucks. Oh shit. I passed the wrong value. It's Z, not Y, dummy. After I get melee attacks working, I'm going to work on ranged. Magic and a couple other things. Some more variety in the combat. There we go. Now, if I'm at the edge of it, but not enough to move it, boom, boom, go. He's still has line of sight and is at a range. Greedy step. Attack radius. Glad to get, well, again, pathfinding, the chasing, or them chasing, be able to keep up with me, and the turns being fair, because there's still some issues, but I can end up with more. Um, oh, snap. I changed it in the code, but I didn't um, change it in the scriptable object. So the default value would have been fine, but now the scriptable object is not right. So this should be, we'll make it 4 just for shits and gigs. Now he should be able to attack diagonally. There we go. And he's constantly chasing me, which means his square distance now, if I'm more than a tile away, he won't attack. Now if I can just keep my distance. Oh, it's working good. Fair, fair. Now I need to introduce bump. Right now, if I walk into him, it should attack, but it's not. So I need to on input. Sorry, stop it. Get node. Check for attack. Unit at target. Soon combat will be bumpy. Nice and bumpy. The classic old roguelike bump combat. So now it's attach debugger. Node position, yep, 28,000 to 22,000, which is not right. Well, this should cast it. Nope, it didn't. Right, this should fix it right here. Pathfinding X and Y's are always multiplied by 1,000, so there's no floating point math going on. It's always just whatchamacallit, integer math, because that keeps pathfinding fast. Now bump attack should work. Go. Bumping. We bumping. Yeah, like it goes it like the nodes are actually like this is 22 or this is node or grid cell 2020. It would be 20,000 or 2,000 or 20,000 20,000, right? So in the background, the pathfinding library is doing math with large integers. And then whenever I gets and what's dumb is I need to centralize all this and get this like a helper thing that goes from pathfinding grid coordinates to actual coordinates because I'm doing all over the fucking place slightly differently. And it's dumb. But now we got bump combat working. Oh, it feels so good and cheesy. See, when I take a corner, I can tend to lose him. And I'm trying to figure out why he... It's like I'm getting extra turns on him. And I'm pretty sure it's when he requests a path. So now I'm going to let him catch up. We're caught up. We're in lockstep because when I do a directional key move, obviously he does... I have what's called greedy move or greedy step now. And if he's line of sight, he can see me and there's no obstacles between us. Why even pathfind? He's just going to do a greedy step and move to whatever position is closer to me. So when he's line of sight, you'll see he's not calculating paths. Like you would see a path on the ground. But now when I go like this, See, he's calculating paths. And he got behind me. Oh shit, I died. And I've been working to try to get it to where, because we're both standard, there's no speed bonuses. Everyone, both of us were generating at 100 energy per turn. And once you hit 1,000 energy, you have a turn. So what was happening is he would decide he wanted to attack me. He would see that he wasn't close to me, and he would then queue up a path to get to me. Now, oh, that I need to put greedy step there as well. Oh, anyways, basically what was happening is whenever he was in attack mode and he wasn't close enough to actually attack, he would queue up, he would request a path. And because the path is requested on a separate thread, it's not immediately available. So he would basically spend his turn requesting that path, and then on the next one he would move. So he was losing a turn by basically him requesting a path to me was costing him a turn. So I introduced the concept of a action refund or AP refund. If they request a path, they will get 2 turns next time because they lost their 1 turn. And really, it should be 2 moves, not 2 actions in general. If they request a path and they have to wait till the next pat go round to move, they get to move twice. And that should keep him in lockstep with me. Like, it should be hard for me to get away from him. But I believe something's still happening to where he is losing a turn, or because I want 2 characters, 2 units, same energy recovery, 100, 100. See, like here, so he pathed to me because he lost line of sight right there. Oh, actually, that's a good test. So if I go here, he had to path, but he didn't start moving right away. So 1, he pathed, he didn't move, and he's set to follow path. Yeah, he's still losing. Yeah, I got 2 turns, 3 turns, and he's finally around the corner. No line of sight to player 1, falling back. Oh. Let me think here. So he loses line of sight of me, and he doesn't get his. Oh, he's not getting what is it called? So if I do this, if I track bull lost LOS equals false. So in the time when he loses line of sight and he has to fall back into this, and then if he's going to come here request a path, I'm going to give him a extra action, I believe is what I need to do. Because he lost his turn, I think, is what's going to happen. Request. Yeah. So now he should get, if he lost line of sight, if he fell down to here, he's going to get an extra turn and he should stay on me better, in theory. I'm trying to make it to where the turns are completely fair and NPCs never lose a turn because of waiting on a path to come back. I could basically force the turn manager to stay or wait for a path to come back and then let the NPC end his turn, but I would lose fluidity or the fluidness of the movement and combat, and you could possibly see stutters if you got a bunch of NPCs or delays. So I don't want to block. Right now it's completely asynchronous pathfinding and any request to pathfinding, and that would be a blocking action because the NPC would request it, and his turn wouldn't end until the callback for that path came back. So not fair. Yep, I think that's gonna do it. So no, well, he got his consuming AP refund. So let's see what happens when I do this. He's staying on me good. It's the corners where again. It's when I round a corner. Maybe the first loss of sight, he still gets to do a greedy step. Because right now, if I go up, he's keeping with me. Go over here. Now he's straight with me. I can probably path all the way to the end of this hallway. He'll stay with me. But the second I start busting moves, he's staying on me much better, though. Let's see if I do a long path, what he does. See, right? No, he's on me still. This may have got it to where it's good enough. In fact, I think he's getting freebies. Around the corner. Has LOS out of range. Is he getting 2 attacks there? He is. Attack radius by attack radius. So 16's too high. This is an attack radius issue. So here, if I drop this to 3, I think the corner attacks will... He won't get like a double shot on me rounding a corner. I probably should have had a line of check or line of sight check to attacks as well. Yeah, I could do that too. Well, he's really staying on me now. Now it feels fair. I need to do log or review logs. Make sure he isn't getting extra now. Every now and then he still gets just a like he loses a he gets a space behind me on a turn. But I like how good he's staying up on me now. Now it feels fair. In fact, I'm very happy with this. This is the best it's done so far. Because we're both at the same energy, same speed recovery or energy recovery, and he can stay up with me. I think he's getting cheap shots on corners sometimes, but that might be because yeah, this is great. All right, so now let's do a test of multiple. This might be it. I may have got it. Don't forget to hit those likes, subscribes, bells, and follow me on the Discords, all that goodness. All right. Where's your friend? There he is. Nope, there he is. Okay, I got 2 on me. I'm stuck. They got me cornered. Yeah. Shit, they got me. Yeah, little bastards. How did he get there? Oh, I feel like that was cheating. Yep. You see that shit? That wasn't right at all. Yeah, see that? Why is he getting to... What the fuck? Cheating little sons of bitches. What in the H? Is he falling? Now he's legitimately falling a path. So it's only straight shots? Dude is like freaking Goku. Oh, wait, does he have... He's not jacked up speed-wise, is he? No. So I'm going to cut their movement in half, or their energy regeneration in half. So as you improve your speed, stats, and whatnot, you can get extra attacks. So basically, for every enemies that have higher speeds can do, like, say they got a 300 energy regen, they could do 3 actions to your 1. So I'm still just So now they're half movement. They should, well, except for that teleporting bullshit. That I gotta fix. Oh, I bet you it's that refund. That probably wasn't the right answer. Hmm. But I don't know why giving them one extra action point would allow them to frickin' teleport like that. Well, it's not teleporting, but they just instantly execute their entire path. I'm also going to open up the hallways just a bit. So I can. And I'm going to increase the number of them. If that, I don't see how that refund could be the culprit. Now they're half speed too, so they're gonna. I should lose them, and they shouldn't be teleporting. They're doing a bunch of wonkiness. One thing they need to do. Let me turn their speed back up. This feels pretty fair. Getting my ass beat. Giving the player just a little bit of an edge to be able to get away is probably nice for most cases. Let me through. And I'm dead. I'll leave it that. I'll tweak it more later. I'm gonna go refill my drink real quick. Be right back. Oh, wrong button. Ooh, shaved Parmesan and a pickle spear. Quick snack. All right. So now that we got that, I'm gonna just leave that be. Let's check in. So updated attack radius checks to use squared distance for adjacency in both AI and player controller logic. Enhanced debug logic for attack evaluation and target scanning. Refactor damage flash effect to properly store and restore the original material color, prevent overlapping flashes, and track active coroutines. Fix grid position conversion. Sounds good. All right, so now what do I want to work on? Ooh, shit. Hmm. I'm just looking at some particle effects for UI toolkit, or well, some UI toolkit assets that I've got. Hmm. Particle effects in your UI. It's pretty cool. That's cool. Pretty neat, pretty neat. I don't know if I want to work on UI stuff. Core commands. I got all the bones for ranged casting abilities. Got the bones, I said. I got the bones. Actually, let's test something here. So this, I'm teleporting instantly. Let's do lerping and see if it still feels fair. Yeah, see, when I lerp, it doesn't feel... Oh, wait, no, they're at half speed. Hold on. I was teleporting to my next node position instantly. Now I am lerping from position to position. Let's see if that feels fair still. It don't. Like once they're close, they're just not staying up with me. I mean, they kind of are, but definitely not as well. Let me disable their hiders. Yeah, see there. I think when I take time, I don't understand what would be different just because I'm lerping from position to position instead of teleporting. They fucked me up. But again, I almost don't want to be... I almost just like teleporting because I just want the game to move fast. I want, like, things to happen fast. I want you to get shit done quickly. Because in a lot of, like, XCOM games and turn-based games and shit, like Fire Emblem, right? You start out playing the game where you watch the attack animations and this and that. And then as you get later on into the game, you turn all that shit off just so everything happens instantaneously. So that's why I kind of like the teleporting. And two, it just seems to work a little better. Feels a little more like traditional roguelike too, like Tales of Majalair or whatever, and Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup, but with 3D. am I getting? My frames were still high, but I was getting a delay. All right, 200 frames. You know what? I could, when they're in chase mode and they're attacking me, I almost don't even need them to path or calculate paths, right? What I could do is persist my path, my old nodes that are the every time I move from here to here and I knock that off my path list, I will persist my path and they will, if they don't have line of sight, and they're, because if they're line of sight, they're just going to greedy step. They're not going to bypass, they're going to bypass calculating pathfinding because we're close, they can see me, they can beeline right to me. But if they lose line of sight of me, they should just follow the path that I'm following until I get, if I'm faster than them, say I'm twice as fast, and then I get past a certain threshold, they will stop because they haven't seen me or I got far away from them. But if they lose line of sight, they should just, instead of me trying to asynchronously calculate their paths, they get like 5 turns to follow my path and establish line of sight again. Well, maybe like 10 turns. Then they could just greedy step along my path. Like, I don't need, then I could have it like 20, 30 enemies out there. And instead of all of them trying to create asynchronous paths and follow me with pathing, they have a path to me. And once I complete my path, I store my last path. And that way, if I hit wait and I wait a turn, they can still move because they've got my previous path. And they will greedy step to the next point in my path. And the greedy step will help them from one stepping on each other, and it'll look more organic instead of them all getting like in a single line and then coming at me. Say these two are real close, they've lost line of sight. Now they're going to greedy step, which is, when I say greedy step, it's just they're not going to request a path from the pathfinding engine because there is a path already calculated to where I'm going. I don't need to even spin the cycles. the CPU or GPU or they can instantly chase. And I don't have to worry about race conditions or pathing on separate threads. It would be and I could have a lot more enemies. But again, it's not like I want like 50 enemies on me. Like, well, I could. You get real powerful, you just start fucking dudes up. I'm gonna die before they die. I died. Yeah, why? They're chasing me. They saw me. They could just greedy step along to the next node in my path that is closest or between me and them. Because then it could just be squared checks, square magnitude checks, and then greedy stepping on a path that I've already calculated. And now I don't have to sit there and asynchronously for like 30 dudes chasing you. Now, there could be NPCs who have like a trait where they, no matter if they've seen you before or not, they're like have a seeking trait or something where they will actively hunt you down, but instantly without seeing you. No, yeah, this is perfect, dude. So if I have like a 500 speed and I'm being chased by like 10 dudes with 100, right? I could get far enough away from them that they get out of the threshold for chasing. And instead of them constantly, all of them requesting paths and me having to sync that up across threads and shit. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. And actually, I could do like a beacon system to make it even more natural. So, uh, I calculate my path, and then from there, I would take. Well, the beacon system essentially, they're going to greedy step towards a point in my path that is near, or that they haven't tried to use yet, and then the greedy step's going to make it look organic already because this guy greedy steps and he gets onto that node on the path. This next guy is going to try to greedy step to that same node where he's at, and he's going to come around his friend and then continue and continue. The greedy stepping will always make it look organic and not like they're just walking or all beelining in a single file down my path. This could be huge. So, to do 7. God, I don't want to go to work tomorrow. I need some food. I got to order something. Oh, sushi boy with a big old belly. Why didn't I? I knew no one was going to cook dinner. Um, Greedy stepping. That's the weapon. And if they try to greedy step, but it's a tight confined space and two other units are basically taken up, there's other units blocking it and there's no where for them to greedy step, they will wait for X number of turns. Because again, really just waiting one turn, their friends have greedy stepped and went ahead. And like, even in tight spaces, the greedy step would work. So I would only be the only one ever requesting pathfinding. And then just wandering AI will obviously request a path for their wandering. Towns NPCs will path. Your ally NPCs will path to whatever they're doing because they won't be trying to chase me. When it comes to chase logic, as long as you're within the distance and they've seen you recently and they're within their scan distance, why even calculate a path? I have a path that they can follow. This would be huge for performance reasons and just async race conditions or getting it all to be fair. Now everything will be fair because the greedy step is not, it's just a which position is closest to my target, go to that thing. Is it free? No. Or check all positions in the direction of my target. And then if the closest one is occupied by another unit, then what is the next best unit or space nearest my target that I can greedy step to? It's just fast, easy math. Oh, yes. Fuck yes, this is it. I think this is going to work great. When it comes to enemy chasing and shit like that, because of the threading or pathfinding happening on another thread, I'm the pathfinder. Oh, I'm hungry. What do I want to eat? I'm going to save money. I'm just going to go throw some shit in the air fryer real fast. 1 second. Be right back. Greedy stepping. That's the weapon. Because at this point the AI has decided to do an attack action, but they aren't close enough to me, they will greedy step to the nearest point in my path. Well, one, if they're line of sight to me, they'll just greedy step towards me. If they have lost line of sight, they will greedy step to the closest point in my path that I'm currently taking. Because I just advance the index when I'm going turn for turn on my path, and I don't actually get rid of those nodes in the path. And I'm going to persist my previous path. So, like, there'll always be my current. So, I take my path, I finish it, I'm sitting still, but I'm hitting the turn button to advance time. They will greedy step along the last path. If I don't have a current path, they'll use my last path and greedy step it. And then as soon as I create a new path, and I only will overwrite the last path at the completion of a new path. So now I still have one long continuous path, even if I've gone complete it and started new path. Now I have a chain of nodes to me. And again, if I am outpacing them, they're going to lose interest and stop chasing because one, there'll be a turn since visual line of sight checks. If you haven't seen me in a while, they'll just stop chasing me. But other than that, yep. All right, I'm gonna work on something else. We're gone. Got some lightly breaded chicken tenders in the air fryer. I hate health food, dude. Like, it's more expensive for you to put less of something on something than a fully breaded thing. Like, lightly breaded should be cheaper. All the same ingredients, same bullshit. You just lightly breaded them, but it's more expensive. Health is not wealth. Let's see what happens when I get my ally NPC out. Well, one, he needs some updates probably. Actually, no. I don't think so, actually. Copy position. Paste position. He won't have a pedestal, but whatever. I'll have to bring the enemies near him. Damn, it feels good to be a gangster. I do think that's the path I'm going to go forward with on that. Let's see what happens when I put these guys in here. I need to put a pedestal under them. Oh, they're already fighting. Sweet. They might be dead by the time I reach them. Get them, boys! Oh, that's good. I didn't have to do any tweaks to the ally NPC for them to just start owning shit. Now I'm gonna get to where you're gonna have a party, so you got your NPCs that are like your colonists that are at your base or whatever and doing stuff, but you're also gonna have your party, whereas based off of your charisma and some other shit, you can have X number of party members, and they will follow you through dungeons and fight with you. So I'm gonna go find the other goblins. All right, yeah, let's come back over here. Did I lose it? Oh, no. Dump that motherfucker. Fuck yeah, dude. Alrighty. The bones are there. The bones are there. Was I in teleport mode or was I in LARPing or LERPing? I was teleporting. Same thing. They will greedy step along the path. When they're following me, they will greedy step along the path that I calculated. And once they see line of sight to enemies, they'll just greedy step to them. Oh, these guys are still at half speed, I believe. It's like, why are they not on me? Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So I'm going to write up the whole project plan for the greedy step versus, or well, really, it's just like town NPCs, your colonies NPCs while they're working, they need a path. But enemies, line of sight, or enemies that are that aggro on you, shouldn't need to pathfind to me because if I store my current path and my last path, they've got a way to get to me, and I don't have to take that overhead. Everything can just be blazing fast. This is the way. Oh, I gotta speed up the goblins. you guys at? Get them, boys. I think I'm going to make the camera, when I lunge, it won't. I don't know. I kind of like the. Oh, there's one. Get them, boys. Fucking hey, dude. Everything fluid fast. Tactical still, turn based still, fluid fast, turn based. Call me fluids, cause I be flowing. You ain't know it. Oh man, I don't know. What is it? 2 hours of streaming. I think I might call it. I'm gonna eat some dinner. Think through my next steps. Leave me alone. Where are they at? Thought I upped their time. Oh shit. Podcast, dude. Oh, I got killed. All right. Yep. I think I'm gonna end the stream. I've got a good battle plan. I need to just plan out what I'm gonna do next. I'm gonna get casting. I'm gonna get ranged attacks like bows working. I'm gonna get ability attacks working. I'm gonna get NPC party. So you have your worker NPCs, and then you have your party NPCs that come with you, and you can take them. You can make your party NPCs worker NPCs that stay at the base, or you can take worker NPCs and put them in your party, stuff like that. But very exciting, very exciting, very much progress. Base building and town gen too. I'm gonna get back to that. And we shall. I shall talk to you guys later. Have a good one. Oh, wrong button. Wrong.